Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a really powerful framework for navigating our, let's face it, increasingly complex world. It's called the Compass of the Spheres, and it just might offer a way to find some coherence in this age of fragmentation. Let's get into it.
You know that feeling, right? Where your attention is just shattered into a million pieces. Your energy is scattered everywhere, and trying to find a clear path forward feels, well, almost impossible. This isn't just you. It's not just a personal thing. It's a fundamental dynamic of modern life.
Believe it or not, physics actually has a perfect name for this kind of chaos. It's called the three-body problem. In astronomy, if you have three big objects, like stars, all interacting with each other's gravity, their movements become completely chaotic and unpredictable. There's just no stable solution. They're locked in a sort of endless cosmic ping-pong game.
And that physical law, it turns out to be an incredible metaphor for our own inner worlds. Our consciousness, as we'll see, is often trapped in a very similar, very chaotic three-body problem of its own.
Think about it. We are constantly being pulled around by three massive gravitational fields. First, there's the pull of our social lives, our friends, family, our need to belong. Then you've got the pull of our technology, all the devices and systems that extend our minds. And finally, there's the pull of the stories, the myths, the ideas we use to make sense of everything. Without a solid anchor, we just bounce chaotically between them.
So the big question is, how do we map this chaotic territory? Well, we can use a fascinating tool called the Compass of the Spheres. It's designed specifically to help us see these forces for what they are and, find our way.
And here it is. The real genius of this model is that it doesn't see these forces as totally separate things. It sees them as interpenetrating fields. You have the homosphere, which is our social world, the technosphere, the world of our tools and gadgets, and the mythosphere, the realm of symbols and meaning. The key is, we are living inside all three of them, all at the same time.
Now, let's break this down, because each sphere is a bit of a double-edged sword. The homosphere, it gives us that crucial sense of belonging, but it can also trap us in tribalism. The technosphere, it supercharges our abilities, but it's also designed to hijack our attention. And the mythosphere, it gives us meaning, but it can easily harden into rigid, unthinking dogma. So the problem isn't the spheres themselves. The problem is when we get stuck and over-identify with just one of them.
So, this brings us right back to our physics problem, doesn't it? If three bodies create an inherently unstable system, how do we ever find our balance? How do you solve a problem that's literally unsolvable?
Well, the solution offered here is pretty profound. It's not about getting rid of one of the bodies or forcing some perfect, fragile balance. No. It's about recognizing something that was there the whole time. A fourth, all-encompassing field.
And that fourth body is Gaia. In this framework, Gaia isn't just another ball in the game. It's the massive, grounding center of gravity that allows the other three to finally find stable, coherent orbits. It's the context, the bigger field, that turns that chaotic ping-pong match into a graceful, harmonious dance.
So what is Gaia in this context? It's way more than just the planet. Think of it as the living field of reality itself. It's the compass we can always come back to, just through the direct experience of our own breath, our own bodies. It's the literal ground that nourishes everything else. It provides the raw materials for our tech and the deep patterns for our myths. It's the fundamental reality that reminds us we're already part of a coherent whole. And this is absolutely key. The Compass of the Spheres isn't just some lofty, abstract theory. It's a practical, four-step tool that you can actually use in your day-to-day life to move from that feeling of chaos to a sense of coherence. Here's how it works. It's actually pretty simple. First, you just pause. You take a moment to notice which sphere you're caught up in. Is it social drama, a digital rabbit hole, a rigid belief? Second, you orient. You ask yourself, am I totally lost in this one perspective? Third, and this is the most important part, you anchor. You consciously return to Gaia, take a deep breath, feel your feet on the floor, look at a tree, and from that grounded place, you can then navigate, moving between all the spheres with way more freedom and awareness. Okay, for our final section, let's take this compass and apply it to one of the most powerful and, let's be honest, confusing forces in the technosphere today, artificial intelligence. How can this framework possibly help us here?
Well, the compass invites a huge shift in perspective. Instead of seeing AI as a simple replacement, a tool that's just here to make humans obsolete, we can start to see it as a recursive mirror. In other words, a technology that reflects our own collective consciousness right back at us, warts and all.
all of our light and all of our shadows.
When you look at it this way, AI can actually become a partner in our own evolution. I mean, think about it. By making all of our unconscious biases and societal patterns visible in the data it processes, it forces a conversation. It makes us get really clear about what we truly value. But, and this is a big but, this partnership only works if we stay anchored in Gaia, in that bigger context of life, embodiment, and our shared humanity.
And that's really the heart of it all. This compass gives us a way to consciously participate in our co-evolution with technology. It gives us the tools to engage with these incredibly powerful forces without getting completely captured by them. And it leaves us with one essential and maybe uncomfortable question. If AI is going to be a mirror for humanity, what do we want it to reflect?